Keep in mind, this is
man.
it's just vinyl. Literally just vinyl cutouts.
2,500.
You're close. It was 24,000.
What do you mean?
It was 24,000.
Did they add a zero? This is a very, very rare Audi. They built 660 for the entire world, and here in America, we got 85. This is the Audi RS6 GT, a tribute to a rather legendary Audi race car, the 1989 Audi 90 Quattro IMSA GTO, hence the rather aggressive race-inspired livery. And I'm rather excited to spend some time with this RS6 GT because I'm a pretty big fan of the brand and fast Audis. I have owned my fair share, a couple R8s, a previous generation C7.5 RS7, and I have liked the latest generation RS6 and RS7, and this one here is the most hardcore version. It's more than just a sticker pack. There are bespoke body panels, carbon fiber, it's lighter weight, more aggressive suspension. So today we're gonna see what it's like. And one point about the value, the price. Oftentimes when we review these lightly used, couple-year-old, higher-end German luxury and performance cars, they've depreciated because they love to depreciate so hard. But not this. This is an Audi that's essentially immune to depreciation. When new, an RS6 GT was rather expensive. At essentially $200,000 was the MSRP. But even now, a couple years later, they're still trading for at or above MSRP. So if you want to buy an Audi RS6 and not lose any money, you have to spend a good amount of money to get it, but one of these is essentially immune to depreciation. Let's talk about some of the changes by starting off with something that doesn't change, and that's the powertrain. You have a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, but it does not make any more power than the RS6 Performance. So it's 621 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic transmission, of course, quattro all-wheel drive. They do slightly retune the differential, but it's essentially the same powertrain as the regular RS6 Performance. Let's talk about some of the actual changes, starting off with one that we can see immediately, the full carbon hood. So that is completely different from a regular Audi RS6. You can see the full carbon fiber weave. And then when we close it and take a look at these carbon accent stripes, those are legit, again, because the full hood is carbon fiber. The front fascia is also slightly redesigned, a bit more aggressive, fully blacked out, and the lower splitter area is just slightly more prominent. Now the graphics package. That may be a slightly more controversial aspect of the RS6 GT's design because it is a vinyl graphics package that is cut and then applied. This car has then had paint protection film applied over the entire vehicle to protect it, but it is rather loud. It definitely will attract attention. Now there were a couple different color combinations available, but not here in America. I am pretty sure all the RS6 GTs that came here were this Arcona white with the white wheels and this livery. There was a gray and a black that were maybe just a little bit more subtle. The accents weren't quite this loud, but this color combo with the tribute to the race car is pretty cool. And the wheels, 22-inch white wheels with a little bit of a retro look to them. They're 6-spoke, little GT logo right there. And we have those enormous carbon ceramic brakes with the red brake calipers. Luckily, they are carbon ceramic because I could not imagine trying to keep these white wheels clean. They had regular brakes with lots of brake dust. Now, another part that I really love are the fenders. These are bespoke. They are carbon fiber. You can actually see the carbon weave right there, and they are functional. Air extraction, so air would exit out here for the brakes. You get a GT logo, and they just bulge out here. They're much more aggressive, full carbon fiber. Probably my favorite aspect of the RS6 GT's design. Carbon mirror caps, we have the carbon side skirts, the graphics pack continues here. And then back here we have a 2-level wing. So you got the top one here with the orange accent, and then it's passed through right here. Down below we have a more aggressive rear diffuser and then the gigantic blacked out oval exhaust tips. That is a Audi RS signature. And then the blacked out badging. And if you notice, the flag on the RS has got this orange, gray, and black accent. So that's different. Usually just a red little checkered flag right there. But take a look at this rear 3/4 angle of this thing. Oh, that does look really, really cool. On the inside, I do have a complaint, and that's the seats. These are just essentially the regular RS6 sports seats with the red accents and the hexagonal stitching. You do get the RS6 GT logo embroidered here, but these aren't the really cool carbon buckets. In Europe and the rest of the world, the RS6 GT has these way more aggressive carbon seats that are so cool. But it's a thing with Audi where in America, we don't seem to get the cooler seats. It's happened with the R8, a couple other models, so that is a little bit of a disappointment. I do like the little booster seat back here because it is a very, very responsible family vehicle. Other changes, we do get the RS6 GT Dorso plate. If it was darker, you would see the RS6 GT puddle lamp. And then right here, you get a little RS6 GT script 314 of 660. Huh? It's pi, 3.14. And that's a cool thing. They are individually serialized because a lot of times with these limited edition cars now, they just say one of however many, like Ferraris, Lamborghinis. They don't have an individual serial number, but here, you know, you have number 314 of 660. The rest of it's pretty much standard Audi RS6 on the inside, lots of suede, the dry carbon. We do get the red seat belts. So it's a nice interior, just a little bit disappointed we don't get the really cool seats here. We are now in the car with my friend John, the owner of this RS6 GT. My first couple impressions behind the wheel, definitely firmer ride. This is even a step above the DRC, dynamic ride control, that you can get in regular RS6 and RS7s. This is a manual adjustable coilover, so it lowers the car slightly. It's like 10 millimeters, like just about half an inch. And it's manually adjustable. They give you like instructions, so it doesn't have any sort of Audi Drive Select control. When you actually go to Audi Drive Select and you're setting up your custom ones, there is no option for your ride quality. No. So a little bit firmer for sure, which is an interesting characteristic for a big luxury sedan still, or wagon.
Right.
The regular RS6 I've always really loved because, like, with the air suspension, it's a great all-around daily driver. But this is the GT, so it's much more hardcore.
Right. So if you think of the three tiers, there's like the airbags on the base one, right? And then the next one up, you have the like the firmer one for the competition.
DRC performance.
Yeah, for the performance. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different car.
We'll get to those cars.
And then the GT obviously has the coilovers.
Yes.
It's firm, but it's well damped. I don't think it's that bad. I think the ride is livable.
You can just feel many more of the road imperfections transmitted through.
Yes.
But it's not harsh. Despite riding on 22-inch wheels, I think it's set up pretty well.
I'll say this is very similar to my Honda Civic Type R, the FL5, when I first got it. In stock form, the ride is virtually identical. But later I upgraded that car with the Acura ride module. The dampening module from the Acura, and then it softened up a little bit. So I would say, in stock form, very comparable to a stock FL5.
All right.
But once you put the Acura dampening module, then the Civic Type R became a little bit softer than this.
So John's ownership experience is rather interesting in this segment because you have had a F90 BMW M5 CS, and that's one of the first things that comes to mind when I think about this. This is the most hardcore iteration possible of this segment, even a wagon versus that generation we didn't have touring. And then you've had a G90 M5 touring, which did not last very long.
No, not at all.
So
I didn't like that car.
Yeah, you did not enjoy that car. It was gone very, very quickly.
Yeah.
This, compared to the M5 CS, is still much more comfortable. The M5 CS was more comfortable to fall down a pile of bricks, I think. Plus the carbon buckets. That thing was full race car extreme. Do you agree?
I agree. So here's my take on it, right? I think if you can get an M3 or M3 CS, if you're like a single guy, or if you have a wife or girlfriend, maybe no kids, or maybe even one kid, that's fine. But I feel like if you're getting an M5, it's not like, oh, I want to live on a racetrack all the time. You just have a dedicated race car.
Yeah.
No, you have I kind of think the guys who go for an M5, you kind of have a family, you know? You need to go to do Costco runs and all this other stuff.
Responsible adult things.
Responsible adult things, right. And the M5 CS was okay, but for my family, my use case, the Achilles heel were the seats. The seats were fine-ish for me. They're supportive enough. I can get in and out fine, but the one thing that bothered me was, you have to drive with your legs perfectly straight. Because if you're trying to, rest your left leg against the door,
no go.
The hip bolster immediately pokes into your hips, and it hurts. But for my wife, she has hips, and the hips do not work with those seats.
No.
Womanly hips do not work with those seats. So it's a family car that I could not take my wife anywhere in, so it makes no sense. So that's why I ultimately sold it. Performance-wise, though, it was great.
Oh, dude, M5 CS, dynamically speed. They underrated that thing. I did not believe the horsepower claims. It was a freight train, and that chassis, I think that's a sweet spot.
And,
it was
and that was
so
one thing I
good.
wish they do with this car is BMW actually messed with the powertrain. In this one, there's no messing with the powertrain. You get the same things from the
They
performance,
slightly
that's it.
retuned the differential.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It is effectively an RS7 or 6
It's a performance, yeah.
powertrain. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing because
No.
I mean, this twin turbo V8,
Yeah.
couple downshifts. We're just in RS1 mode right now. Yeah, that's brisk.
Yeah. And it sounds a lot better.
You think it sounds better than the M5?
Oh yeah, oh god, yes. Because my M5 CS was I never had it in stock form because as soon as I got it, the previous owner already installed the M Performance titanium exhaust.
And then you did Venturi intakes.
Yeah, and it sounded fine, but not. This is better. This has a more of a, I don't know. Like I like BMW S68s. I don't like the way they sound.
Circling slightly back to the seats.
Yeah. These are a lot better.
So the seats are good, but I am a little bummed that we don't have the proper carbon buckets, because in Europe,
yeah, no, that's true.
The carbon seats they look so cool, and I'm sure they're a little bit more supportive. From your side, you'll probably be happy because, comfort. There's literally a booster seat in the back. Like, you use this for dad duty all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to have like a full-on like infant seat back there.
Oh, yeah. Congrats on the second kid. But this is
two kids
literally
now,
ultimate dad vehicle.
Yeah, and
so the carbon
plenty.
buckets probably wouldn't be as ideal.
Right.
But from the ethos of the car, it would have been cool to see, or even as an option.
I could use a little more side bolster in these seats, honestly, because I feel like it could be a little more aggressive and be perfectly comfortable still. But they're heated and cooled too, which is nice.
That is true.
Yeah, it's funny to see like what each car kind of like does without.
Cup holders is the M5 CS.
In the name of performance, right? So in the M5 CS, it was you don't get a center console. Here you get a center console, so that's nice. And
But
you get cup holders.
we lose soft closed doors.
We lose soft closed doors here, but you get heated and cooled seats.
Yeah.
But no heated steering wheel.
That's been an Audi RS thing for a while, actually.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah, I know on my RS7, if you wanted flat bottom, you couldn't do heated. And it was like a weird constraint. So mine was circle. My RS7 had a circle steering wheel.
Interesting, because every Mercedes flat bottom wheel I had were heated.
It's not logical, because I'm pretty sure in Europe you could have done it. So weird random constraints.
I know, it's just kind of the weird things they sacrifice in the name of performance.
All right, we're about to hit some curves, so we get some more thoughts on the dynamics. But so far, I'm actually fairly impressed with the ride quality. I was worried that it was going to be way too firm, and our roads in Michigan are terrible. The roads we've been on so far aren't as atrocious as they could be, but it's not bad. Not bad at all.
Now, how do you like the steering feel?
It does feel much more direct.
Yes. And quick. Compared to like a normal Audi.
Yeah, compared to the normal RS.
I'm not saying compared to like a Ferrari. Compared to like a normal Audi. Compared to like any other Audi you've been in.
Yeah, it's better. Do I feel that it's orders of magnitude better than the RS6 Performance? No. I just spent a week, not over the winter, at an RS6 Performance for a week. I actually really loved that thing. Yeah. And that's a good question for you, because you legit bought this car. You own it.
Right.
It's easily, now that they're used, but even when new, I mean, 50 to 100,000 more.
So is it worth it?
You answer it first.
Okay. All right, so there's really two ways to answer that question. So I'll tackle the first one from, like a dollars and cents perspective, right?
Yes.
It's a lot more expensive. The base price, I think, is like just a hair over 200,000.
Yeah, it's like 200 grand.
So so to get the GT package, it's 60,000 and change over like a base RS6. Now, if you look at just purely what you get kind of a body kit, you get coilovers, you get the vinyl graphics, some carbon bits, and the Arcona white wheels, right? Yes. If you piecemeal it yourself and you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna get the base RS6, I'm gonna strip out the parts and get like a Temu body kit, which you can. You're probably in it for about half of the GT, the sticker price of the GT, and you probably get more or less the same thing, right? Let's be honest, you get more or less the same thing. So from a pure driving dynamics point of view, maybe not. But from an actual dollars and cents, now we're talking about, like, is it worth it? As in, does the car hold value? Is it a good store of value? Yeah, kind of, because these are, from what I've seen,
rare.
Yeah, 660 globally, but only 85 in the U.S., which kind of surprised me, because that's, it's a pretty big market, and you're allocating very few amounts.
Smaller fraction, I mean.
Because you're saying 660 globally, 85 to Canada. Okay, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think Canada got 7 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I don't
They
know.
got very few.
I don't know why it's so few to the U.S., but that averages out to less than 2 per state on average. I've never seen another one in Michigan.
I saw one in California.
Ooh, okay.
And remember, they
Yes,
sent you
the
the photo,
black
the
one.
black one.
Yeah.
So I thought in America they all came white with this package.
They do.
So either that was imported or done aftermarket.
Right, or wrap. Well, I don't know, but
Yeah, like it
was
could have been wrapped. Like
very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But the rarity is undeniable,
And
right?
it's, if you look at the auction results, dealer asks, they're still trading for well above sticker.
Yep. 250.
Yeah, and the value's holding. It's certainly better than any other
Exactly.
RS6. So from that point of view, yes. And you get the the rarity and all this other stuff if you're into that.
Yeah, steering feels a bit better.
Yep.
Body control is definitely a bit better going through these turns. I have driven a couple air suspension ones, and they give you a bit more float. DRC is better, but these coilovers are nice.
I know it's stiff, but it's well dampened. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Stiff but not harsh.
I mean, it's still a heavy car.
Yes.
They dropped 88 pounds, but all right, it's still almost 5,000 pounds. It's like 4,800 pounds now, right?
I think it's 4,500.
Is it?
Yeah, 4,500 and change.
Because a regular one's like 4,800, 4,900.
Yeah, this is actually it's 4,500 and change, 4,600 thereabouts.
Okay, I'm gonna need to factor.
It's still a good amount heavier than M5 CS, but back to that point, that one's I think is like 4,100, 4,200, somewhere in that range, something like that. So it's a little bit, but you get the wagon, you get the long roof, and you get all that extra room back there. And I like it.
As a big Audi fan, this is cool.
Right.
I do recall initially when you were talking about buying one, I'm like, you're gonna pay that much for a sticker pack? I was a little bit trolling you slightly, but
okay. So here's a fun fact that I discovered. Speaking of sticker packs, right? Yeah. So one of the car came to me. It had a little bit of damage, not like real damage, but one of the literal vinyl stickers on like the kind of like the rear rocker panel area that was damaged. So the dealer said they'll give me a new one. They got shipped from Germany and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. And I kind of thought, well, if that one got damaged, maybe some other ones will. And I don't know how long they're gonna make spare
so you bought a
graphic part. Well, I thought about it, so I inquired about. Okay, hey, if I just bought like the full vinyl decal pack, so I just have like one of everything, in case I damage a panel in the future, how much would it be? How much do you think it was? Keep in mind, this is it's just vinyl, literally just vinyl cutouts.
2,500.
You're close. It was 24,000.
What do you mean?
It was 24,000.
Did they add a zero? What do you mean?
Yeah, so if you want to buy like literally the original Audi vinyl sticker pack, it's 25,000. Or 24,000, sorry. 24,000 and change. So I guess what taxes would be over 25,000?
Well, that's how they can ensure that nobody replicates it unless you have a vinyl cutter.
Yeah. I mean, you could obviously replicate, but if you want like OEM Audi vinyl for this car, it's 24,000 and change for the insanity.
Wow. So obviously you like the decal pack. It's under PPF now. I would be curious to see what this looks like all clean, one single color. Like if they ran, because the body is in person, man, the fender's bulging out, the extra arrow out back. It actually is so good.
That is the thing though, because I got the wagon, which is kind of like the dad mobile, whatever. But with the way this thing looks, there's no way I'm going undercover like at the school pickup line. There's just not. Like I park, everybody's looking at.
It's like, who's that guy with a fancy Audi?
Yeah,
the flashy Audi
with the wagon. Yeah,
wannabe race car.
Right. Well, the Audi IMSA 90.
There's history.
Yeah, it's very cool.
There's legit history.
Cool.
Yeah,
it is very cool.
So we found the only somewhat curvy road around where we live.
Yep.
But
see right here, you could use a little more side bolstering.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, body control is definitely noticeably better.
Yeah.
We're not remotely pushing this. I'm in the RS1 mode, so you can change your different drive select things. Your drive goes from balance to sport.
So you're still in balanced drivetrain. Try the RS2.
Let's go to RS2. ESC.
Now I have you in maximum aggro mode.
I love how for the loud exhaust mode they call it present, not loud, not like sport. Present.
Yeah. Not bad.
I mean, yeah, this is
not bad.
It's not overly compromised, where I think the M5 CS is all the way on the max end of the spectrum. That's probably one of the most aggressive sedans I have ever driven.
I didn't think the ride was that bad, honestly, but this is better.
No, I thought it was pretty bad.
This is softer. Like I said, this is similar to what I would think like a hot hatch would be. Like,
yeah, this is 100% livable.
If you got like a Civic Type, if you're like a Civic Type R fan, this is about the same.
Okay, that's brisk.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, dude, this is actually really well balanced all around.
Yeah.
The
body control is good. The body control is good. Yeah.
This is, and it's interesting because it's not like a ton of huge changes.
Right.
They didn't do.
That's why I said, if you just kind of like really dissect what you're getting, is it worth it? Yeah. But
rarity is the play.
But it's a good store of value. It's a good store of value if you're thinking from an investment point of view.
And I think this is a good fit for you because you're somebody who bought a Rolls-Royce Ghost to daily drive and very quickly sold it. It was a black badge too, because you said you were falling asleep driving because it was too boring and quiet.
Oh God, it was like a sensory deprivation chamber in there. It was just like I couldn't feel the road, I couldn't feel the engine, I couldn't feel anything. Yeah, no, seriously. Like if I go out to dinner with my wife and I get a couple of drinks in me, I'm not like buzzed or anything. I'm just a feeling like comfortable, feeling good. On the way back, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm like nodding off on the wheel because they're just like I can't. It's like I'm just like floating in this, in the ocean or something. I'm not even like driving.
So this is a much better fit. Do you? I hesitate to ask you at any point, is a car a keeper because you have even worse automotive ADHD than like.
Yeah.
Is this something you could see yourself hanging on to because of the rarity, because of the well balance, and the new stuff like your M5 Touring weighs as much as the moon, and you didn't like it?
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah,
I like this a lot. This feels like a finished product. The M5 Touring to me felt like the front end felt pretty good, but it felt like the front end was not talking to the rear end. The rear end does. If you look at a lot of reviews, like some of your YouTube contemporary, they all say the rear end does this up and down, like rapidly undulating thing. I think Jason Camisa said he felt sick, riding on one, and I agree because that's just. But the front end was nicely buttoned down. The rear end felt like they just didn't have time to finish it. I think the LCI or the competition will address it.
They showed to fix some things up.
That'll fix it, but until they do, this is king for me.
This is actually, I like this. I like this.
I do too.
A lot.
Yeah. I think you're more of a fan of Audi than I am.
Yes.
But legitimately, before they brought the Avant over to US, I was just not like obsessively looking, but I was at least casually looking to see how do I import one of these from Europe.
Oh, that would have been tough.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to wait the 25 years.
Yeah.
I have to still wait a while.
Or Canada, 15 years. And
right. So I was looking to see okay, at what point, can I import one of these over? Yeah. So, great.
So this really does address a lot of my initial complaints the first time I drove a C8 RS6, because I went from a C7 to a C8, and it just felt so big. 22-inch wheels, air suspension, it just felt so massive. I was like, this not doing it for me. This legitimately feels like it drives a little bit smaller than the size was.
It's kind of cliche to say it drives, but it really does.
It does.
Because every time I get out of this car and I look at it, I said, this thing is massive.
It's hefty, yeah.
Yeah, like just like the nose to tail, it's massive, right?
It's a big
and
wagon.
It's heavy, but it drives. This drives closer to a Civic Type R.
Yeah.
Not bigger, heavier, obviously,
for sure, yeah.
But just like if you're going after it, it's just like it has some of that nimbleness feel,
Yeah. This is big carbon ceramic brakes. I mean, the calipers on this thing are enormous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
It looks the part. The styling, the graphics probably be a little bit polarizing for people.
Yeah, it's controversial.
Yeah,
you're either into that IMSA racer look or you're not. Yeah. I like it.
I think it's cool, and without a doubt, it's very easily identifiable. If you see one of these things on the road, now you know what it is. The RS6 GT, definitely.
And I've never seen it on the road.
Yeah, I've seen one. One? Yeah, one. Yeah. That black one in LA.
Right.
And This is an Audi RS6 that is immune to depreciation, which is a rarity because you have.
Hopefully.
Nah, I think they will.
Yeah.
Especially as new generation is going hybridized. Look at oh, the Chevy Bolt's making a passing maneuver.
Oh, he's going for it.
Oh yeah, I could do that too. Ah, no, the passing zone ended. The new RS5 is 5,200 pounds.
Ooh, yeah,
125 grand hybrid twin turbo V6, right?
It's too much.
Like the new M5. This formula has kind of dissipated. We don't know what the E63 is going to be like, so this may be like the end of a primarily V8 powered era.
If I tell you in a vacuum, 4,500 pounds, 4,600 pounds, light or heavy, you say, oh God, heavy.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, here's a new one. It adds another 1,000 pounds on top of that.
No, thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think this will hold its value. I do think the sum of the parts is one of those instances where the sum of the parts is more. Wait, no, the individual parts sum up equal more than the whole. What's the
synergy? I think it's synergy.
You get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
The result is more than if you look at all the individual little pieces.
The sum is greater than the individual parts. Yeah.
Mass of the parts.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a struggle and a half.
That's all right.
Anyways, this was a little treat to get to try out a very, very rare Audi. Thank you, John.
No, you
enjoy this one and keep it for a little bit.
Yep.
You're going through cars so quickly that I don't even have time to come see them or take them for a drive, and then they're gone.
I know. I'm going to try to hold on to the current batch for a little bit at least.
Wait, is the Octa still around?
The Octa's still around. That's my daily. I love it. It's one of my favorite cars.
The Octa, the RS6 GT, 992.2
So I put
Touring.
some Nokian snow tires on the Octa this past winter. Oh my God, it was so good.
You didn't drive this in the winter?
No.
Will you?
I need to get some tires for it.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, they don't make winter. I have to downsize to 21-inch wheels.
They do make 22-inch Soda Zeros. I think
For this one?
my RS6 because I'm pretty sure it's the same width.
Oh, okay.
The RS6 Performance I had in the winter was on winter tires.
Okay, maybe
and
they
it
were
was so much fun.
Maybe they were sold out, but
they'll probably be $700 a tire. Not exaggerating.
Yeah, I'm used to that though. How many of my cars had like Cup 2Rs?
Fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. How many of my cars run Cup 2Rs? There you go.
All right, roundabout, turn in. Oh yeah.
Not bad, right?
Not bad. This is how we have. Oh, actually, this is.
Yeah, RS2, she comes alive a little more.
Oh, I like, but I'm not spending $250,000. Like, to everybody watching who has normal people money realities, this doesn't make any sense. This is like a cool passion project. Like, you have exhausted like the other daily driver fun things. Like, why not, right? So I'm very happy you have this and got to share it with me. But like, in reality, if like,
but that's kind of the store of value versus like actual driving dynamic thing we're talking about. Like, yeah, if you're looking at it just kind of like, can I build RS6 kind of like up to this level and spend less than the $60,000 that Audi's charging? Yeah, absolutely.
But if we play that game, right, like nobody's going to bother buying any Ferrari, McLaren, or Lamborghini because you just go buy a Corvette ZR1 or ZR1X, right?
That's true. But if you go through cars, cycle through cars as I do, and you kind of like to not lose your shirt when you get out, exit your position out of a car, then this kind of makes sense because it's not depreciating much.
It makes perfect sense for you, but genuinely, let's give a little bit of valuable consumer advice. If I were shopping for a crazy fast performance Audi wagon, sedan, and so forth, you're getting 95% of the experience with an RS6 Performance. Yeah. I do think Performance is worth it over the regular RS6, but you can get one of those for, the one I drove was 160 new, so call it, they're probably depreciated now because they're normal. And then an M5 CS, you are getting an amazing driving experience. It is firmer and more extreme, but those things they're coming down reasonably now, I think, because they built a lot more. So
Right, I'm looking forward to the G99 CS though. Curious to see what they're going to do with that.
I think the only way to redeem that to make it a CS badge is to get rid of the battery pack.
Oh God.
Otherwise, I mean, how can you CS 5,500 pounds? Anyways, RS6 GT, really, really cool experience.
Great car.
Odds of ever seeing one or driving one again, very, very low. Glad you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and got a little bit of insight into what this is like.
Unless you see me pick up and drop off at my kids' elementary school. Then you'll see
If
one.
you're in the Metro Detroit area and you
Yeah.
see this, it's probably John's, because I don't think
Yeah.
there's another one in the state.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.